Greetings, chums, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Let's Read with Mr. Toff. I hope you are all ready for another round of theme-free Thursdays. We have a splendid book to read entitled Fireman Sam, King of the Jungle. Now, this book is based on the television show and is published by Elmont UK. I do insist you all go out and buy a copy. It is absolutely marvellous. For now, though, let's get the story underway. One hot summer's day, Station Officer Steele was talking to Sam and Elvis about how things can burst into flames all by themselves. In this hot weather, it can happen to haystacks, he explained. One of the warning signs is if the hay smells like toffee. I could eat a giant toffee right now, said Elvis, licking his lips. Station Officer Steele sighed and continued with his fire safety talk. In the village, Norman was pretending to be Tarzan. He yelled. James and Sarah called to him across the street, but Norman ignored them at first. Who are you shouting at? Me not Norman, me Tarzan, king of the jungle, he said. Mandy arrived and asked Norman if his mum knew he was wearing her bath mat. Me no got, ma'am. Me live with gorillas, he said. Norman greedily ate a banana from outside Dilly's shop and threw the skin over his shoulder. But Trevor was just delivering some fruit to the shop. He slipped on the skin, landing on the floor. Oops, sorry, Trevor, said Norman. Norman Price, I've seen better behaved chimps than you, said Trevor. We're going to play nice, and you're not invited, said James, avoiding the fallen fruit. Me Tarzan, me go to jungle, replied Norman. Later on, James and Sarah were playing in the fields. We are brave knights, and with our trusty swords we will attack the castle of evil Baron Blackheart, said James, pointing at a stick of hay bales. The twins fought the scarecrow and threw it to the ground. Then they both sniffed the air. Toffee, said James, taking a bag of sweets from his pocket. That smell must be theirs. Want one? The twins didn't see the wisps of smoke were coming from the top of the haystack. At the station, Fireman Sam was showing Elvis his new invention. You stick the broom handle into haystacks and the thermometer on the end tells you how hot they are, explained Sam. Elvis stuck a broom handle straight into his pile of pasta. Caw, my spaghetti's hot stuff, said Elvis. It should do the trick on local haystacks, said Fireman Sam. Station Officer Steele wants us to check them all. In the fields, Norman was trying to get Dusty and Wooly to play jungle animals, but they just wanted to chase their own tails. Suddenly, Dusty stopped and sniffed. Woof! You smell trouble, said Norman, sniffing the air. Me do too. He looked around and saw the twins playing near the smoking haystack. Oh no! Fire! Get away from the haystack, yelled Norman, jumping up and down, waving his arms. James saw Norman in the distance. Look, he's waving at us, James said to Sarah. The haystack is on fire, shouted Norman. I think he's shouting something, but I can't hear him, said James. The twins decided to ignore Norman and get back to building a moat around the haystack. Norman had tried to warn them. He must now get help, so raced off to raise the alarm. At the station, Fireman Sam picked up the emergency message. Great fires of London! We've got a hot haystack on our hands, said Sam. Quick as a flash, Fireman Sam and Elvis put on their helmets and jumped aboard Jupiter. The blue lights flashed and the siren wailed as Jupiter raced along the country roads. Penny followed closely behind in Venus. Nee-nah! Nee-nah! The twins were still building their moat when bits of burning hay began to fall around them. Oh no! Cried James. Sarah and James started to run away, but James tripped over his sword and fell on the ground. I've twisted my ankle, he cried. Sarah dragged him away from the haystack. Nee-nah! Nee-nah! The twins could hear Jupiter approaching. The fire engine came racing through the field. "Uncle Sam!" cried James. "Hang on, kids, here I come," said Fireman Sam. He snatched them to safety just as some burning hay landed where they'd been standing. Penny and Elvis hosed down the flames until the fire was out. "That was a close thing," said Sam as he put his arms around the twins. Penny and Elvis stepped away from the haystack, and Fireman Sam picked up his new invention. "Right, let's take your temperature," he said, pushing the broom handle into the haystack. He waited a few minutes, then pulled out the handle and looked at the thermometer. "Perfect. This haystack is as cool as a cucumber, so there's no more danger," said Sam. The fire crew packed their equipment away and took James and Sarah home. That evening, everyone was in Bella's cafe. "Remember, it can be dangerous to play near haystacks at this time of year," said Sam. "You should thank Norman for raising the alarm." "Thanks, Norman," said James. "Oh, sorry, thanks, Narzan." cried Norman, and James cried, as Fireman Sam stuck his fingers in his ears. "Well, wasn't that splendid? I especially like the part where the children are playing outside. Except for Norman. He's rather irritating." Feel free now to run out and buy this book from most good book retailers in your area, or many fine online booksellers, some of which are noted in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for books you would like me to read, please leave a message in the comments or on my Facebook or Twitter pages, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed today's book, and I will see you again next time. Until then, toodaloo!